The World Heritage status that our Pitons Management Area, or P.M.A. as we refer to it, enjoys is very prestigious. When a place has been designated as a World Heritage Site, it means that it is of such high, outstanding universal value to humanity and to our global civilization that it has to be protected for the enjoyment and appreciation of future generations. Only sites that have extremely high cultural, historical, natural, or scientific significance get to be accepted as World Heritage Sites. It's actually a very difficult and competitive process to be designated as a World Heritage Site. A site first has to be nominated, and for the nomination to be accepted, the site has to be judged to be of outstanding universal value and meet at least one of 10 very clearly defined criteria. The actual evaluation process is difficult, rigid, and meticulous. That's why there is such high honor in being selected as a World Heritage Site. World Heritage status carries with it a significant economic benefit, particularly with respect to tourism. In a 2015 report, the UK National Commission for UNESCO found that the World Heritage status of sites in Scotland had resulted in roughly £10.8 million in additional revenue from April 2014 to March 2015. Unfortunately, in St. Lucia, our national tourism marketing strategy has never really used our World Heritage status to good effect. However, there are properties in Soufrière, like Ashasney and Jade Mountain, that have capitalized on this unique and prestigious designation. Losing World Heritage status, either through listing as World Heritage in Danger, which is the first step towards an outright delisting, or the complete delisting of the site as a World Heritage Site, carries with it significant international embarrassment and loss of prestige of the site. It also draws unwanted international attention to the country, and this can have a very serious negative impact on tourism and on the economy, particularly an economy like ours that depends so heavily on tourism. Losing World Heritage status is not a label that any country wishes to have placed on it. This is why in 2012, when the Pitons Management Area was being threatened with the prospect of being placed on the list of World Heritage in Danger, because of development approvals that had been given between 2008 and 2011 for structures within the Pitons Management Area, I had to travel to St. Petersburg, Russia, to a meeting of the World Heritage Committee to defend the status of the Pitons and to give the World Heritage Committee the commitment that the government would do all within its power to protect the integrity of the Pitons Management Area and to do as basically our status was instructing us to do, which is to protect that outstanding universal value for generations to come. Among the things that we had to agree to do was to undertake a limits of acceptable change study that would determine the types of development that could take place in certain areas. The P.M.A., the Pitons Management Area, is actually separated into zones, and there are some zones, some policy areas where no significant development is permitted, because for development to take place there, when I speak of development, I talk about the construction of hotels, of guest houses, of major structures that would change the landscape. As far as the World Heritage Committee is concerned, these things would change the outstanding universal value or would alter or diminish the outstanding universal value of the site, and therefore that would not be permitted, and that would be a trigger for us to be either put on the list of World Heritage in Danger or delisted entirely. Now, that's not the entire Pitons Management Area. That's just certain sites where it's very visible. So, for example, the area immediately around the Pitons and on the two Pitons, that area it falls within a policy area where there can be no major development, nothing that changes the footprint of existing structures. Our adherence, our commitment to the recommendations of this limits of acceptable change study, which was accepted by the World Heritage Committee, is what has allowed St. Lucia's Pitons to pass every single review of the World Heritage Committee since that infamous meeting that I had to attend in Russia in 2012 when we were threatened with danger listing. We've passed every single review since then with flying colors. So I would hate to see that all of that hard work can now or may now be unraveled because of something that is happening.